I'm not going to talk. We all know that the media reports what the media reports. It's not always 100% true. They report based on the information that they have at the time. Just like, I mean, if you look at any time that a particular media reports on the police department, they talk about our automatic weapons that we have. Okay? Our patrol guys do not carry automatic weapons. Those are assigned to the SWAT guys. So, but how is it reported? Well, there's the patrol guys with automatic weapons. No, it's inaccurate. It's completely inaccurate. So, again, when you read the paper or you see the news, take it with a grain of salt because they're only reporting with the information they have or they think they know. Not to say anything bad about the paper.
Do the SWAT guys ever carry an automatic weapon in the trunk?
Do they ever carry?
Well, they are.
They have access to them, yes.
Okay.
I won't say where they carry them,
So,
but yeah, they
in
have
other words,
access
the paper's not really wrong, it's just that it's not right either. If he's on patrol...
I know which guys have it, and I've never...
a SWAT man.
I agree, but how they were reporting with who they had in the paper was inaccurate.
We know about the media. This is the Tea Party.
Ain't that fact?
Agree. We have to fix what's broken. And if you ask me, I will tell you it's broken, and that's not an opinion. It's something we need to work on to get better.
If somebody wants a gun, what is the process from buying the gun, the training, the storage, and all the stuff that they should have to be responsible owners? You know, you've talked about safes and other things, but it's more than just taking a gun and putting it in a safe. It's got to be training and practice and responsibility.
we go through when someone's a first-time gun owner, and we can see a lot of first-time gun owners that come in. And we'll take... Especially nowadays, especially in the last 2 months. And we'll ask them what their purpose is with a firearm. Not say 80% of the people for handguns, it's home protection. Mm-hmm. So we ask them, well, you know, what's your experience with a handgun? And some will say none, some will say I shot as a kid, some will say X, Y, whatever it happens to be. But what we do stress with them is that no firearm makes you safer. Because if you don't know how to use this, you don't have the training for it, you don't understand its functionality and the way it's going to be used, you might as well have a brick. Because you're going to go click when you needed to hear bang. And you're going to just throw it and you're going to run. So what we often pass out information to everyone that's coming in, and we explain to them that you need to keep this safe. Especially if you have children in the house. Okay, well, what's your plan to lock this thing up? We sell safes for that specific reason. Bolt the safe to the floor. Can we make you come, and when you come and buy a gun from us, can we make you get training? No. Will we strongly recommend it to you? Yes. In fact, we run training classes ourselves. Just one, because it's a great way to get with our customers and see them experience the firearms and the fun they can have with them. Don't let the media assign an evil connotation to your firearm. It's an inanimate object like a glass of water. It's all about what you do with it. So we want to stress training, we want to stress safety with those, and that's what we do.
And yeah, we partner with several trainers that, you know, every person, the first thing we do is go get training. Learn how to use your weapons. Don't assume that just because it's sitting next to your nightstand, in your nightstand, it's going to make you safe. It does not. Learning how to use the weapon and keeping it safe is the most important part of the weapon, not having it. Having it just the first step.
Well, there's a safe storage. There's federal and state safe storage laws that you have children in the home. For me, for instance, I don't have children in my home. So could I leave a gun in my nightstand? Yes. There's no law that says I can't do that. If I had a child in the home, there are two separate laws, state and federal, that say that that's a felony if they can achieve access to that. But that goes exactly what we were saying. People don't need access to your firearms. And if you have safe, responsible ownership, that means you're locking them up. There are lots of safes that are thumbprint safes that you can throw your loaded handgun into, close it, and nobody but you can open it with your thumbprint, or you or your significant other, whatever it happens to be. That's important. And that's what we stress to customers that come in, because we don't want you just to go home and go, well, I've got a 38 special now. Boop, I'm safe. Because guess what? You're going to come home one day and go like, where's my 38 special? or you're going to be digging around the drawer and you're going to forget all about it. And believe me, people love to put their fingers on triggers. And we stress this over and over again. That's where safe handling comes in. So that's where we stress training. That's very important.
For example, if you have a
Yeah,
laser sight,
well, their
that makes
military
it an assault
characteristics is the fact that it has a detachable magazine or a flash suppressor.
right,
That's
well,
that's
just one thing now.
That's exactly. So again, it goes. They want to assign evilness to inanimate objects. This has a collapsible stock. I'm tall. You know, not everyone has the same reach as I do. So does it make a firearm suddenly more deadly that I can shorten the stock all of a sudden? No, but that's an evil feature according to Dianne Feinstein. The fact that it has a detachable magazine, evil feature. A flash suppressor, evil feature. Because, you know, that's important for criminals, and they don't see your flash. I mean, it's so stupid. You can't assign logic to it.
We really do joke about it all the time. It's kind of one of those funny things. California has the 10-round magazine limit, right? It's been there for
10 years.
10 years, 10 plus years now. And all it's done is make Californians really good at magazine changes.
Yeah, I mean that's the button, and the fact I can use 10-round magazines.
Yeah. And it's
now I'm faster.
one of those things that what they're trying to ban and what they're trying to assign as evil and all that kind of stuff doesn't make any of us any safer. The person is what makes it dangerous.
Yeah, going right back on the human element.
Yes,
exactly.
and personal responsibility, like Chief was saying, personal responsibility, taking care of your weapons and not letting those people get that.
Hang on 1 second.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Has a rule where they feel that you're dangerous if you own more than one handgun every 30 days.
What if we went to your store and bought one?
It goes through a computer
Warren would've
database.
bought one.
It goes through a computerized database. We asked this question during the process: have you purchased a handgun in the last 30 days?
It's the most common rejection.
Yeah, it's the most common because
People try to buy
people
one
don't
more.
know you can't buy more than one handgun every 30 days.
Okay, so I'm just going to pose the question to you. How many of you have bought, or how many of you have had the idea to go buy a handgun a day?
And does it
We have a gun shop here, people. Come on.
They'd be happy. I would actually have to partner with them if that was the case. But again, I mean, there's a reason why that's there. Now, we don't all have to agree on it, but again, it kind of goes back to they had to set a limit on probably what they thought was something where there was going to be criminal activity. Again, but it goes back to the same thing again. Are people walking into the store to buy 10 handguns to arm their fellow thieves or robbers or whatever to go do a... What's that?
How about just your family? My 2 sons, my daughter, my wife.
Well, that's where you're gonna get into an agreement where I think that one every 30-day law is stupid.
Yeah.
Because what you decide to do with your money, and you're being background checked, and like we've discussed this before, there's not a single thing any of you will go buy right now that will require you to be fingerprinted and background checked for 10 days. As gun owners, you're the only group that are so highly scrutinized. And yet, we're the most penalized and the most stigmatized group out of the entire society that we live in.
And responsible.
And we are the most responsible group of people out there. Because I guarantee you, every person I've turned a gun over has gone through the police background check, has been checked by the state, checked by the feds, and they were approved. Nothing else you buy. So yet,
we're all classified as domestic terrorists because we own a gun.
that's correct. You were suddenly the problem. But they don't, we're not going to get into that with it's all about control and stuff.
Here's what he said.
Unattended, that child, that underage person then uses it in the commission of a crime. That's where you become a criminal.
Not in self-defense, though. The kid was to
Well,
shoot.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I can't get into who's going to charge who in regards to that.
But what I'm saying is, it illegal if somebody breaks in the house and that kid is 15 and he's threatened?
That's going to be a question for the chief.
I would think he would be old enough.
Say it one more time. I'm looking up, I think there's an age attached to.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm gonna, not self-defense, but responsible.
Oh, okay.
I think there's an age attached. I was gonna look it up real quick. But what was your question?
Well, what I'm saying is, at what age could a kid know how to use his dad's gun and defend the house as well. I mean, a 14-year-old could easily just do it as an adult if he was mature enough. And if he's got younger siblings, somebody breaks in.
12-year-old hunters.
Yeah, I don't think we would, I don't think there's gonna be a specific age, like they've attached age to, like leaving your kid unattended in a car, they actually attached an age to it. To your question, at what age, it's, obviously it's gonna be where it could be determined that he was able to make those decisions properly, and, he could articulate the fact that he was in fear for his safety or safety of, his daughter. Those are things that all have to be articulated. He would have to be able to articulate that. If he just said, oh, a guy just came in the house, so I shot him. Okay. He could be 16 and say that. It could be you that said that. I mean, we all heard about the recent one, I'm sure you guys did, about, I think he was a retired federal employee that actually shot the kids that were burglarizing his house.
Yes.
Didn't articulate very well, did he? Well, he did. That was probably his problem.
Did you
But
basically execute him?
yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
again, I mean that.
stairwells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't shoot him in the knees and then
Yeah,
shoot him when
no.
they get down the bottom. The stairs tumbling, and then say that was how you finished him off. You shot him in the head. Maybe that took care of the problem. That's probably not a thing. But to your question, they would have to be able to articulate the same thing you would have to. So I don't think there's really a definite age. It would just be something they'd have to be on.
But if it was misused for like the kid took it to school or the kid had it in public, then the gun owner would get the felony charged against them.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, and let me. Actually, case law that that kind of sets the precedence for concealed weapons, and I'm the one that actually is the ultimate sayer of yes or no, and I do it based on case by case. What normally the process is they've changed it to a two-part process where you submit the application, you do the fingerprint check, we wait for the DOJ results, you'll have an interview with the captain makes his recommendation to me, then I take the entire packet and I go through the packet page by page and I read your good cause statement. Based on your situation, if I feel that there's enough good cause for you to work outside the penal code for carrying concealed and carrying a loaded gun, I issue a CCW. So it's based on case by case. I can't say there's, this is exactly what has to happen. It's based on case by case because each of us have different occupations. Each of us want it for a different reason. So I review them on a case-by-case basis to see if there's good cause.
Overwhelmingly from the customers that we deal with, because we deal with CCW people all the time, Chief Nick is very fair. It's open carry is much different. That's having a gun on your seat.
It can't be
And
loaded.
there's state law that says you can't carry a pistol on your seat.
Now, they changed the law.
Whether it's loaded or unloaded, you can't just leave a handgun on your seat. It needs to be locked and
It all
tagged.
says that now.
Yeah.